What's going on, YouTube? It is your girl, Sammy, and I wanted to take you guys along on a day in my life, specifically just to show you guys like what I eat, how I kind of live day to day, how I exercise, all of the things, as like a fitness coach and as someone who is just trying to literally better herself every single day and become the version of myself that I have always dreamed of and wanted to be, like someone who follows through with the promises she keeps to herself, someone who is just an absolute baddie and not only looks amazing, but is disciplined, has confidence just like oozing out of her because of the fact that she just like trusts herself. I don't know how much I've shared, on this page about like my previous life and like what I used to do before this. I was a restaurant manager or a general manager at Earl's Restaurants for about 3 years. I worked for Earl's for 10 years. So I worked my way up in the service industry, was a server, was a bartender, was a shift leader, and worked my way up to become a general manager. And that was really, really exciting because it was something that I had been working towards for a really long time. And I got there. Like I got to that career milestone. And when I got there, I was like, wow, this is sick, but like, now what? And this doesn't feel maybe as fulfilling as I originally thought it was going to. I felt like not fulfilled. I felt not excited. Getting out of bed every single morning was kind of just like, ugh, I don't really like this. I wasn't super disciplined back then either. Like I would always say I'm going to work out on my Peloton in the morning or after work, but then I wouldn't get up early enough because I would snooze my alarm, or I would just like feel so tired after work and just completely drained that I would make an excuse and say like, wow, I don't need to do it today. I can just do it tomorrow. I was eating out a lot because the restaurant would give us like one free meal every single day, and just like I'd be silly not to take that. So I would usually get like a salad with like a little bit of protein, just to, like keep it healthy. And I was also just drinking so much because in the restaurant industry or the service industry, that's like something you just do. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you're in the restaurant industry, you know what I'm talking about. It's like after your shift, you go and hang out with a group of friends or just like sit down at the bar and have a drink, or the parties that, get thrown. It's just like alcohol is literally the main event. So I was drinking a ton, really to cope with the stress that I was experiencing. But when I realized like I wasn't super fulfilled in that role anymore, I started to notice that I lacked a lot of discipline, and a lot of my lack of confidence, yes, was coming from like the way that I looked, because I was skinny fat, I had no muscle definition, I had no shape, I was like super insecure in my body. But a lot of it was actually coming from the fact that I had no discipline and I didn't actually respect myself. Like I know that sounds really, really harsh, but I didn't. Like I had this big career and I was like super successful on paper, but inside I was like, I know I can do better. I know I can hold myself to a higher standard. I know I can like start following through a little bit more. And so that's exactly what I started doing. Like I realized I wanted to live this more fulfilled and just better life and wanted to impact more people. And so I started posting on social media and then started taking myself a little bit more seriously, going to the gym, exercising, eating properly, like keeping promises to myself, all the things. And so really the moral of this story is like, as I take you guys throughout the day, I want to showcase to you my basically like non-negotiables, or things that I never compromise for myself anymore, like ever, no matter what's going on, no matter what season of life I'm in, no matter what mood I'm in. And this is going to be really special today because I am not in the greatest mood. Like I'm not going to lie to you. I woke up this morning just like on the wrong side of the bed. No reason for it, nothing to be like super upset or dramatic about, but I'm just like not in a good mood. I'm in a weird mood. I don't really feel like myself today. So what I did this morning was my non-negotiable like morning routine. I call it the 5-3M morning routine. I wake up immediately on my first alarm. That is a non-negotiable. I don't care how tired I am. I don't care how I slept the night before. If I set my alarm for a certain time, I make sure that I actually wake up at that time, because that is number one promise that I'm like keeping to myself. If I immediately break that promise, I am going to start the day off on the complete wrong foot. I'm going to start the day with a loss, not a win. And I'm going to prove to myself that I can't follow through, like first thing when I open my eyes. So I woke up on my first alarm. I went into the bathroom. I got ready, whatever. I did my morning routine. So 500 milliliters of water. That's what the 5 stands for, to hydrate myself before anything else because I'm dehydrated. 3 stands for 3 grateful like things that you can think about, that you can feel gratitude for, and I want you to write it down in a journal. I always write it down every single day, and today I actually did 5 because I felt like I needed a little bit more. Like there's so many things I can be grateful for today and every day. So 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. And then the M stands for movement. So I went on a walk and I listened to a podcast to help kind of like reframe my thoughts, reframe my brain, something that was like super motivating and inspiring that helped me kind of get out of my head a little bit. So I already feel a little bit better after that, but I still don't feel like 100%. So what I'm going to continue to do is I got ready. So I literally like got dressed. I did my hair. I did my makeup. I look super cute with this little bandana on. And I'm going to go to a coffee shop because I work from home. I spend a lot of time inside my house. And if I feel like a little bit off, I like to go just change up the environment. So I'm going to change up the environment. Kiefer and I are going to go to a coffee shop right now, do some work, get some stuff done, and get a nice coffee, like romanticize my life a little bit. Even if it's something like that simple and small, it's gonna make a big difference. So let's go get it. Okay, so we've been working at that coffee shop now for the last probably like 2 hours, and I already am feeling a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, I still feel like a bit of a negative Nelly. You know when like you're in, let's say, maybe not the greatest mood, and you just wanna continue down that path? Like you know that you could actively choose to like feel better and think differently and like change your thought process. You know that, like you're not silly, but it almost feels better to continue to be negative and continue to be like grumpy or angry or whatever. That's what I'm finding myself like constantly thinking is like, well, I don't want to feel better. I want to be grumpy. I don't want to like be in a good mood. And I was literally talking to one of my clients about this the other day because she messaged me and she was like, I need help. I need you to like snap me out of this because I've been feeling really grumpy basically all day. And I know how to change it, but I'm like choosing not to. Because when I'm in a bad mood and when I'm like feeling really grumpy, the only thing that I really want to do is like eat not the greatest. Like you want to eat a comfort meal. You want to eat something that's like maybe not the healthiest for you. You don't want to go to the gym. And like today's my day off from the gym. So I don't even have well, I could change my days off, but I'm not going to. Like I want to stick to my regular routine. So I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to like exercise, even though I know that that would technically help me a little bit because I always feel better once I work out. I'm still gonna try to get like 16,000 steps. As you can see, I'm on like a little bit of a break just walking through the neighborhood of where we were working out of that coffee shop from. But like holding on to those standards, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how you are like approaching your day and like the bad things that happen, the things that are negative, you can continue to spiral, continue to want to be negative, or you can like make the choice to follow through on the non-negotiables that you know will make you feel better. And even if they don't make you feel like 100% better, at least you're gonna feel something. Like, you know, if I continue to spiral, if I continue to feel really negative, that's just gonna make me feel worse in the long run. And I know that. Like I really, really do. I understand that. But sometimes it's easier said than done. So I was talking to my fiance. Oh my God, I just called him my fiance. Yikes. My husband. I'm just so used to it. We've been engaged for so long that I'm used to calling him my fiance, but he's my husband now because we got married in May. But I was talking to him about it and he was like, that's all cool and fine. Like you are feeling grumpy today. You're feeling maybe not great. Cool. You want to like keep up your standards. You want to keep up like your, you know, non-negotiables of things that you know are going to make you feel better. But like, that's what you do every day. That's not special. That's not different. That's not going to really make you feel like that much better if you're in this like headspace, because I'm a fitness coach. Like I always get 10,000 plus steps. I always go to the gym. I always eat healthy. Like that's just who I am. That's like the identity that I have created for myself. So it doesn't feel hard to do these things today and to like get myself out of this spiral, even if I'm choosing like not to technically. But what I'm like talking to him about is something that's not necessarily fitness or health related that I could do to make myself feel better. That doesn't like require me going to the mall, because of course the first thing that I want to do is go shopping. Like I want to go spend my money. I want to go, you know, on a little like shopping spree or something like that to make myself feel better. Or like I said, eat something that's gonna make me give, a quick little dopamine hit, drink a glass of wine, whatever. But he was talking about doing something that is like more, wholesome. Something, for example, like, giving someone a compliment, a stranger a compliment. That makes you feel just like better. Texting your mom. Like, I forget how lucky I am to be able to like call my mom whenever I want to. So I'm curious to know, like, what do you guys do when you're, let's say, grumpy, when you're saying you're not in a good mood, you want to continue to just like spiral down the like negative route, even though you know that you would feel better if you like actively chose to be more positive. What's something that you guys do? Because I'm curious to know and hear other people's like opinions, because I've been thinking about it myself, and it's like, yeah, all the things that I do on a regular basis that make me feel really good, that's nothing special. Like, that's just my non-negotiable standard every single day. So when I am, let's say, in a mood like this where I really don't want to get out of it, what's something else I can do to help me get out of it and help me see the positive, that doesn't just necessarily have to be like health or fitness related. Okay, so we are back home now from the coffee shop, got a couple of hours of work done there, and kind of like romanticized my life a little bit with my husband, got a nice little coffee, sat outside, got some sunshine. So we're back home now. I'm about to make a meal before I like lock back in and do some more work. But I just wanted to close up this video with something, because do I feel better than I did this morning? Yes, definitely. Like, doing those non-negotiables, my morning routine, continuing to eat the same meals, romanticizing my life, like putting on a cute outfit, doing my hair, doing my makeup, doing things that I like to do and enjoy to do, and keeping those non-negotiables super strong definitely help. And that's like a big piece of identity, right? Like, you're not gonna follow through on those things that are non-negotiables if you don't first create the identity of someone who does that, no matter how they feel, right? So if I was the type of person who believed that I wasn't consistent, couldn't be disciplined, couldn't follow through with what she said she was gonna do, like if that was how I actually viewed myself in my head, I would have a really hard time doing the non-negotiables that I did today and allowing myself to actually feel like a little bit better. If I view myself like someone who does follow through, who is consistent, who can stay disciplined, no matter what my mood is. I love something that Layla Hermosi says. I literally should get it like tattooed on my freaking forehead, and it's fuck the mood, follow the plan, right? And I try to remind myself of that all the time, because being an entrepreneur is freaking hard, right? Like, if you run your own business, if you're starting your own thing, if you're trying to build a brand on social media, like, you will get knocked down and punched in the face so many times. And it's really hard sometimes to pick yourself back up. And I've really found that holding those non-negotiables and having the identity of someone who does pick themselves back up no matter what, even if I don't fully believe it in the moment, even if I don't want to, I'm like literally almost tricking my brain into thinking that I am that type of person, so I act like that type of person. And the same thing goes for your fitness journey, and this is what I coach my clients on all the time, is like, you will see yourself exactly how you're programming your brain to see yourself, right? If you can't do your workouts, if you can't eat your meals, if you think in your head, like, I'm not someone who's gonna lose 20 pounds, or I'm never gonna be someone who looks the way that I want to, you're never gonna get there. You're really not. Until you start doing the hard work, which is like the mental side of any sort of like transformational journey that you're going on, you will never get results that actually stick, because you aren't becoming the type of person who is capable of maintaining those results. So anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. Enough chit-chatting. Let me know if you guys like this video, vloggy kind of style chit-chat videos. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out. Love ya. Bye.